Welcome to another episode of We Are at War. This is a series that in this particular video and sessions that we'll have down the road are talking about spiritual warfare, what we need to know about it, what we need to understand about it. While last time in our earlier episode we talked about why should we talk about it, the question we're going to revolve our conversation around today is, are we really in a war? Is it real? I mean, you said it was, but is it real? How do we know? Well, be assured that spiritual warfare is a reality in the life of every believer, whether they know it or not. When you open the pages of the New Testament, there are no shortage of passages that characterize a Christian and Christianity as being something of a battle. In other words, Christians are portrayed as warriors. The Christian life is often gauged in conversations that would sound like a battle. And so there is a struggle that takes place. You can say, it's okay, I don't have to worry about that. But you have to do something with the verses in the Bible. For example, 1 Timothy 1:18 says this, "This charge I commit to you, son Timothy, according to the prophecies previously made concerning you, that by them you may wage the good warfare." In other words, Paul's telling Timothy, you're at war. You're going to have to use those things I have given you and fight a good battle. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 12. "Fight the good fight of faith. Lay hold on eternal life." In 2 Timothy 4:7 it says, "I fought the good fight. I finished the race. I have kept the faith." In 2 Timothy 2, verse 3, "You therefore must endure hardship as a good soldier of Jesus Christ." 2 Timothy 2, chapter 4, "No one engaged in warfare entangles himself in the affairs of this life, that he may please him who enlisted him as a soldier." See, that's an interesting verse because we sure don't do a good job of looking at that very often. Because most people, you, me, most people we know, are very much entangled in the affairs and stuff of this life. But according to what Paul tells Timothy, you have to remember that you need to be battling and entangled in the things of God because he's enlisted you as a soldier. In 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 13, Paul, still writing, says this, "Watch and stand fast in the faith. Be brave and be strong." See, words such as these appear to be clear, plain, and unmistakable. They all teach one and the same lesson if we're willing to listen. And that lesson is that Christianity involves some struggle, it involves some fight, it involves some battle, and it involves some warfare. Why wouldn't it? The moment that you became a follower of Jesus, you set yourself apart from the things of this world, and you chose to be counted as a follower and child of God. That means that there is a spiritual enemy that doesn't like that. Welcome to the war. We navigate it every day of our life, and we navigate it in little things and sometimes bigger things. And here's what you have to remember. Although we're at war, God wins, which means that we win. And because we are his children, we are on the winning side. And so it doesn't need to frighten you, but you need to be aware that it's taking place. And it takes place in our culture. It takes place in those little nooks and crannies of our world that sometimes seem so far away. We are moving into an era that would be considered end times. And so that means that there's a war, a battle that's taking place, and you're in the battle whether you want to be or not. And so we really are at war. But you can take heart. God wins. We win. And I'll join you next time.